December 1944. The Herken Forest, near the German border, is a frozen labyrinth of mud, pine and fear. Every step is a risk. Every sound could mean death. American soldiers press against ancient trees, breath visible in the icy air, nerves frayed by the constant threat of unseen German snipers. The forest, once peaceful, is now a deadly maze, its dense canopy hiding both friend and foe. The enemy is everywhere and nowhere, masters of camouflage, waiting for the smallest mistake. A single misstep, a silhouette against the snow, could be fatal. The men of the 28th Infantry Division are locked in a brutal close-quarters battle where the forest swallows sound and amplifies fear. The psychological toll is immense. Every shadow is a potential threat. Their world has shrunk to a patch of hostile woodland, where survival is measured in minutes. The open fields of France are a distant memory. Here, combat is intimate and relentless. The soldiers huddle in foxholes, cold and exhausted, haunted by the crack of Mauser rifles. The standard-issue protection offers little comfort. The enemy's bullets seem unstoppable. In this crucible of fear, desperation breeds innovation. The men need more than luck. They need a miracle. And in the heart of this green hell, one is about to be born. The seeds of an extraordinary idea are about to take root. The American military's answer to danger was the M12 flak vest, heavy, steel-plated and designed for shrapnel, not bullets. In the skies, it saved bomber crews. On the ground, it failed. German rifle rounds shattered on impact, turning steel into deadly shrapnel. Wounds were worse, not better. The vest was a burden, over 20 pounds of false hope. Soldiers, weighed down and slowed, often ditched the vests, preferring mobility to the illusion of safety. Confidence in their gear collapsed. The men felt exposed and abandoned by their own equipment. The military's industrial might had missed the mark. The real solution wouldn't come from a factory, but from the ingenuity of a single soldier. In the chaos of the Herken, necessity would become the mother of invention. The answer would be found not in steel, but in something far more humble. The forest itself would inspire a new kind of protection. Private James Morrison, a carpenter from Oregon, saw the forest differently. He noticed how bullets embedded in tree trunks, their energy absorbed by dense wood. Unlike steel, wood didn't shatter. It trapped and held the projectile. Morrison remembered laminated plywood, layers of wood veneer, each grain running perpendicular, creating strength far beyond a single plank. What if a vest made from this material could absorb a bullet's energy, just like a tree? The idea was radical. Protection through absorption, not hardness. He envisioned a lightweight, layered wooden vest, flexible and strong. It was a carpenter's solution to a soldier's problem. All he needed were the right materials, and a chance to prove it could work. In the heart of war, Morrison's simple observation would spark a revolution. Morrison scavenged plywood and glue from a wrecked German truck. In a ruined farmhouse cellar, he cut and laminated layers of wood, using a Jeep screw jack to press them tight. He fashioned a crude vest, lighter than steel, bound with salvaged canvas straps. His comrades were skeptical. Some mocked, others watched with hope. The real test came quickly. Morrison strapped the vest to a tree and fired his M1 Garand. The bullet embedded in the wood stopped cold. Days later, under fire, Morrison took a direct hit to the chest. He was knocked down, but the vest had absorbed the bullet. He stood up, shaken but alive. The wooden pyjamas had worked. Word spread fast. The vest became a symbol of hope. Soldiers clamoured for their own, desperate for real protection. Morrison's innovation was no longer a curiosity. It was a lifeline. The forest had provided the problem, and now the solution. In the chaos of battle, a carpenter's hands had changed the odds. The plywood vest was proof. Sometimes the simplest ideas save lives. The men of the Herken had found their miracle, and it was made of wood. Morrison's survival became legend overnight. The bullet-stopped vest was passed around, a totem of hope. Demand exploded. Soldiers wanted their own wooden armour. Morrison was pulled from the front lines to lead a makeshift workshop. Carpenters and engineers joined him, scavenging plywood from ruins and vehicles. The design improved, better fit, lighter weight, stronger straps. Officers quietly approved. Soon, higher command took notice. Tests confirmed the vest's effectiveness. German bullets stopped cold. The Army Corps of Engineers began shipping plywood and glue to the front. What started as a field invention became an official, life-saving innovation. The wooden vests changed everything. Fatal chest wounds dropped dramatically. Medics saw bruises where there would have been deaths. In units with the vests, survival rates soared. 40% fewer fatalities from rifle fire. The vests weren't invincible, but they turned lethal shots into survivable ones. Morale skyrocketed. Soldiers moved with new confidence, willing to take risks they'd once avoided. The psychological edge was as important as the physical protection. German snipers were baffled. Americans kept getting back up. Rumours of invincible American armour spread, shaking enemy morale. The simple wooden vest had become a weapon of hope. It shifted the balance in the forest, giving the Americans a fighting chance. The innovation was as much about courage as it was about survival. In the Herken, a carpenter's idea had changed the course of battle. Sometimes the best shield is the one you never expected. Morrison's wooden vest didn't just save lives, it changed the future of armour. It proved that energy absorption, not just hardness, could stop a bullet. After the war, scientists built on this idea, developing synthetic fibres like Kevlar. Modern body armour uses the same layered principle. Hard plates to break bullets, soft layers to absorb energy. Today's soldiers wear the legacy of Morrison's plywood vest. His innovation became the foundation for modern composite armour. The lesson: sometimes the simplest battlefield solutions spark revolutions in technology. A carpenter's wisdom outpaced the world's best engineers. The wooden vest is the forgotten ancestor of every modern protective vest. In every layer of Kevlar, Morrison's idea lives on. After the war, James Morrison returned quietly to Oregon. He received a Bronze Star, but his story faded from history. He was just Jim, the carpenter who saved lives with wood and ingenuity. His legacy is measured not in medals, but in the lives he saved and the ideas he inspired. Morrison's story is a reminder. One person's creativity can change the world. The wooden armour of Herken is a symbol of resourcefulness and hope. In war and in peace, it's the simple, clever solutions that endure. Remember the unsung heroes. Sometimes they're the ones who make all the difference. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Your support helps us share more untold stories like this one.